have great news. I applied to a game conference. I submitted a build and I'm waiting to hear back. But what's good about this is that it forced me to do a game jam of sorts because I had a deadline that I had to meet, and I spent hours and hours in Visionaire Studio drawing assets and making a playable demo of sorts. It's still prototype. I think I'll be saying that for the majority of these videos. It's not finished by any means, but it's something, and it was something that I was able to submit, and I feel happy that I was capable of doing something like that. The conference is called AdventureX, and it's a conference in London that is dedicated to narrative-driven adventure games, and who knows if I'll get accepted, but I'm proud of myself for applying. I had heard about it from another indie game dev, and it's far away from me because I'm in the US, that's the UK, but at least I did it. I learned a lot throughout the process, and I'm gonna show you what I submitted. Remember, keep in mind, it's rough. There's things that I'm gonna change. So I'll show you what I did. I'll talk a little bit about it, and I think at the end, I'll kind of do a retro about what I want to improve upon. So on the first watch, I'll try to keep my criticism to a minimum. So as promised, in this demo that I'm going to show you, I've added a few more backgrounds. I've added some puzzles, so we can go ahead and take a look. I've also added some audio. These are just some sounds and songs from freesound.org. But we can look around, and looks like I have a tiny key. That's not a safe place for a key to be. It'll get kidnapped. Hope you like that pun. It's nice and smooth. Nothing in my inventory, so I'll pick it up. Check out the sewing needle. I thought I told Scrunch to stop leaving her stuff in my room. Scrunch is the titular mole's best friend. Ouch! Okay, let's see what these say. Tiny key. Should fit in a tiny lock, methinks. Sewing needle. Scrunch keeps leaving her sewing supplies all over the house. This thing's sharp. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. This is the hallway. What do we got? Okay, let's look at the chest. Probably isn't wise to keep valuables on display in the hallway, but it does look nice. It's locked. I'd rather see what's inside. Okay, maybe if I use this tiny key. Oh, there's something there. What is it? Soldering iron. This could be useful. This is used to fix electronics and other metal stuff. It's cordless, so it's quite valuable. Walking to Scrunch's room. Wow, what a cool room. Very nice. Okay, I can look at the rug, the sewing machine, and the scissors. Okay. I gave this to Scrunch for her birthday last year. Mama Mole always told me not to play with scissors. Scrunch spent days tufting this rug. Very impressive. Seems like Scrunch might be into fiber arts. I have no idea how to use one of these things. Placeholder text. That's obviously placeholder text. Okay. Pick up sewing machine. Isn't there something more portable than that? I've already got a sewing needle. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to the hallway. Okay, and here you can hear that the music has stopped, the background music. I like to listen to some music. If you try to use the radio, it doesn't seem to be working. So let me use the soldering iron. Faulty wiring. All fixed now. And now there's music playing from the radio. And you can just enjoy the music while you look around the den. Okay, I'm headed outside. Okay, now I have a puzzle or two over here. Red footprints. Use, or actually I'll look at the porch light. I ought to do something about this light bulb. What should we do? I'll use the soldering iron. That should do it. Let there be light. And then the porch light is on. These look nice. They're firmly rooted in the soil. Again, they're firmly rooted in the soil, so it sounds like I need to do something about that, but let's go to the gecko's house. Oh, there's Gecko. Look at the footprints. Looks like whoever left these footprints avoided Gecko like the plague. I wonder why. There's my crotchety neighbor, Gecko. She's got nothing better to do than sit outside and bug everyone who walks past her log. Maybe I shouldn't say bug. Bugs are cooler than her. Mole's best friend is a bug. Scrunch is a beetle, so. Alright, look at the flowers. These look nice. What if I try to cut the flowers? I can't do that. She'll see me. Maybe there's some flowers a little further away that I can cut. I wonder where those would be. Hey, Topo. Do you know who got their filthy paws all over my walkway? No clue. They're on my walkway, too. I noticed, and they're coming from your front door. Or going to it. I can't tell. What are you implying? All I know is somebody's got to clean it up. Hop to it, whippersnapper. Okay, I can look at the trowel, but right now there's not any text about it, so we'll just pick it up. I'm gonna walk to the crossroads. Where do you think you're going? Someone needs to clean up these muddy footprints. She won't let me pass. I guess I gotta do what she says. Okay, how about the watering can? What do I do with that? Using doesn't do anything, so I'll pick it up. Okay, what do these things say? Someone took a sizable bite out of this. Why did they have to throw it on my lawn of all places? Trowel. It's like a tiny shovel you can use with your hands. Watering can. You can water plants with this, or anything else you feel like watering. Use watering can with footprints. And right now, it does seem like the water sounds suspiciously like Topo might be using the restroom, but he's not. I will fix that at some point. That's more like it. You're welcome? No. I'd like a formal apology. I have nothing to apologize for. Young creatures these days. Fine. I'm sorry that you had a dirty walkway and I so kindly cleaned it for you. I accept your apology. Okay, and now she'll let me go to the crossroads, I hope. Yes, okay. So here's the crossroads. Looks like I have several directions I could go, but I'm going to go to the creek. Okay. Here, I want to make a bunch of interactive objects. I want to do a whole puzzle in order to cross the creek, but I didn't have time for that when I was applying, so you're just going to walk right across with no problems. He does have some funky size things going on, but again, I will fix that in a future build. Oh, who's that? Okra. Whoa, big guy. He looks a little scary. What's that thing he's holding? Whoa! Who are you? What are you doing in my creek? Please, I come in peace. My name is Topo. I'm looking for my best friend. Why on Little Pebble would your best friend be here of all places? How'd you get here anyway? There's no way across the creek. The tadpoles helped me. Dagnabbit, I told those kids that under no circumstances were they to let anyone pass. This is my sanctuary. What do you do out here all by your lonesome? I'm a potter, a ceramicist, whatever you want to call it. I work with red clay from the creek bed. Red clay? That explains the red footprints. And I'm not lonesome. My kids swim in the creek and keep me company. And that young beetle and her armadillo buddy. Young beetle? Yeah, you know her? And that's all the narrative aspects I have, but I'll just go ahead and show you the backyard. There will be a door here to signify you can walk back there. There's a fig bush here. And then when we go back across the creek, there'll be a big puzzle that you have to solve. And you can go back to the crossroads. Once you've achieved you've solved said puzzle, you will be able to walk to the sandbox, and this is what you see. I won't tell you too much about this. I'm wary of spoilers. I'm trying to contain my excitement about the story, and all the things that you'll be able to do. But this is the build that I submitted. There's much to be desired, but okay. Now let's talk about improvements. This is all like placeholder music and sound. I definitely want to get better things. all the backgrounds. The Topo's room is not complete. I want to polish all of the artwork in pretty much every single scene you see. I want to fix his placement in certain areas so you know he's not blocking the sewing needle. In every room I want to have a lot of different things you can explore and look at. So like in the hallway, I want you to be able to look at pretty much everything you see on the screen. I want you to look at the bookshelf, the outlet on the wall, the portrait, the lights, the table. I also don't want it to be that you can just waltz into Scrunch's room. I'd like it so you have to like knock, see if she's there, kind of focus on the mystery of where is she, because the whole thing is that he's supposed to be like upset that she left her sewing needle in his room, and he's going to be like, hey, why'd you leave your stuff in my room again? But that's for a future one. Same for Scrunch's room. I want to add a bunch of things to look at. I want to polish the artwork. I'm really enjoying her room. I feel like this is a room I would want to sleep in. I want there to be more items you can pick up in her room because it's kind of cluttered, has a lot of stuff in it, or that's my intention. Similar story for the den. I feel like the most polished area is this scene outside of Topo's house. As far as Gecko goes, this is just a total placeholder. I want her to be colored. I want to animate her. I might want to play some music when you talk to her. So as far as like the UI, so there's the cycle as I've shown you, is there's look at, use, pick up, walk to. You shouldn't be able to pick up the stairs, for example. So I want to limit the cursor options for certain objects and areas. Right now, to talk to any NPCs, you have to use them, which doesn't make sense. So I want there to be a talk to command. I want there to be dialogue options with like branching conversations. And I just didn't have time to implement that before the deadline. But that's definitely on my to-do list. All of the inventory items, the artwork is placeholder. I want to just polish these. I think to me, they're not up to par. I want to make them look a lot nicer. Especially when you're viewing them large. I want them to be way prettier and more detailed, but again, I was just racing against time. Okay. Then I need more sounds. I need like interaction sounds so the player has feedback that they clicked on something, or that something is working or not working. And yeah, there's a lot that I want to change. This is very incomplete, but I'm glad that progress has been made again. And it's all thanks to the AdventureX deadline. So thanks for watching. Would love to hear your thoughts, and have a wonderful day.